good day to you all. We are at the day 25 of our Anatomists playthrough. We will now travel towards the west, and we will be looking for the last Sovereign State city, hoping to discover some camps along the way, as there is currently nothing else left to do in Al-Hazif, the arena town. As nice as arena fights are, we cannot hope to continue with them forever, because we will eventually run out of things to do. Let's try and locate that last city. We can see the regiment, and there it is, Al-Anwar. We have arrived. The first thing we can do is, naturally, we are still looking to recruit more people to our company. We are sitting at 10 men, but we need more. Okay, I can see a gambler. He's interesting, but probably not hitting the mark at this point in the campaign. There is also Disowned Noble, and oh dear, he's got great stars, but he's cocky. The drawback is he's going to have -5 melee defense, which is the key stat for us. But what can you do? I think I'm still gonna have to take him for the time being, because even if he rolls a negative, we will hope to make something out of him. He's not gonna be, you know, the Giga Chad we were hoping for. If not cocky, perhaps he could have been really nice, but he's going to be decent. I think I'm going to have to make him fatigue neutral though, because that fatigue is looking not very sexy. Only 85 fatigue, 37 resolve, 15 health, 60 attack is alright-ish. Usually you can actually roll better with militia. But then again, it's not so common to find 2 stars in both melee attack and defense, so we've taken him. We'll try to equip him and, yeah, gear him up so that he can help us on our travels. Cover yourself, good sir. I am thinking to give him a pike, because pikes have that plus 5% to hit, and some of our brothers in the backline have a bit higher melee attack by now, and they can maybe make a bit better use of that axe. The axe is harder to land. We do have one long axe sitting in our inventory, but when we manage to land it, it hits like a truck. That's 70 to 95 damage, as opposed to 60 to 80 damage on the pike, and it has a lot better armor penetration too. He practically is guaranteed to roll +3 every turn. So he will end up with 25 melee defense, which is not going to make him a great frontliner by any means, but here we go. Welcome to the company, my good sir. I don't think we have any more recruits worthy of joining our ranks. Okay, looking at the quest, it wants to force us to return to where we just came from. And in the marketplace, we obviously need to buy more food. And we can see those spices, which are decently priced. I mean, we don't have that much money to spare, and I'll probably avoid trying to spend the last of our money. Just try to keep some for the contracts. We have our inventory full now of really good trade goods. Now we can sell them with profit even here, but we hope to go towards the north and sell them off there and hopefully make even better money. So right, let's follow that regiment and let's try to find a location to plunder. And we found Remnants of the Long Past, which seems to be a camp with desert raiders. So that's with Nomads inside. So we'll have to change our equipment a bit. Alright, that's looking a bit better. We have our two-handed weapons equipped and cleavers back in our inventory. And we see Nomad archers. Ooh, okay, that was not the greatest of starts. 7 desert raiders we are facing, and this Palme is naturally dangerous as always. So it seems they want to protect the entrance to the camp. We'll have to move in on them. put ourselves in the strike range with the two-handed weapon. The tank can get closer. We'll have to step in next turn and use our shield wall. Alright, if we put him on the northern part, there's only one archer who has a clear shot at him. The other one will have to shoot through our two-handed sword. And we'll put flails on the, well, in the vicinity of shields, as well as this axe, I guess. Alright, let's see what they do. I expect them to, yeah, shield wall and stay in place. Alright. Good, now we've dodged those two shots at least. There's one more nomad. Okay, that gives us opportunity to strike with the special attack of the sword and hurt this nomad archer behind the nomad with the flail and the shield. So let's do it. Let's try it. But we've unfortunately missed. Okay, and our tank will have to engage here and soak up the damage. Now we can circle around with mace and maybe force those archers to move too. Clearly, the dude with the flail is more dangerous, so let's try to keep him occupied. And let's help here with the flail. Let's hope for some luck with the reach weapons. Okay, good. Tank that hit. There isn't really anywhere we can go, maybe towards the south, so that we stay outside of the reach of a full mace. He will be just happy to sit there and choose not to move as long as he's got a target. Ouch. A new boy is getting hammered here. This fight is going to cost us a little bit more in terms of damage and tools to repair all that equipment, but didn't look this way at the beginning. Now he is in danger of being hit. Maybe we need to equip a shield on Sigbold. Yeah, let's at least do that. Good strike. Let's kill at least one. Come on. Eventually we will hit something, but so far no such luck. Yeah, maybe dog will help this round bonus. Okay, good. That's one. And let's move towards archers. Force them to move. Whenever we manage to do that, it's just one shot instead of two that we have to worry about. Just taking a peek at the percentages that we are rolling and opponents are rolling. We still have a long way to go before we can reliably hit. He's out of stamina. Right, one of them is fleeing. That nomad doesn't really have such dangerous weapon. We can always try and break his shield, but usually that's something that I don't like doing because that just increases their damage and gives them the double grip bonus of 25% to damage every time we get rid of the shield, and we spend fatigue for destroying the shield, so it just always feels like a bit of a waste. Well, that would have potentially helped us to go through him quicker. Our mercenaries still don't have that high of a melee attack. go through those shields reliably. Just have to persevere with what we've got for now. Position ourselves ready to strike this wall maze next turn, and hopefully that tank here will perish, especially with the help of the dog, adding plus 5% to accuracy to all of our remaining brothers around as Nomad. Just trying to dance around and keep ourselves away from the wall maze for the time being. Our tank is already on the job, and now the dog has joined the fray. Adios, mister. Right, I think it's about time we move in and try to teach this Nomad Outlaw a lesson. We have the javelins, the 2 pikes, so we had a number of good strikes on him. Unfortunately, he's still surviving, so let's see if that will be punishing for us or not. Finally, okay. I think we've got them. Just 2 archers left. I promise to grant them quick death. There is no getting away from our dogs. I'm going to take us straight to the post-battle loot screen. And there we have it. We have the spell maze. We have a mail patch, which is an attachment we can reinforce our armor with. The 3-headed flail and 2 Nomad bows. They do have better armor piercing compared to the normal bows, and Hamdin has had his first level up. +4/+2 is decent. Let's give him extra health too, because he's got very low health. Right, so that's the level ups done, and we are quite beaten up here, so I'll have to do some inventory management, replace that damaged armor where I can. It's always better to be prepared for the next battle. You never know what can jump you in the desert. Okay, I suppose we'll see how much time we will have to heal up before the next fight. Let's do some more exploring. Well, it may be a good opportunity just to talk about our goals for this episode. So naturally, we want to find some more bros. We would like to explore the map a bit more. It would be really good to fight more fights. And we have just about found an undead camp. And last, Lord's Demise, which has very manageable contingent of auxiliaries and decent chance of a named item, so we will definitely equip some blunt weapons. And first we will go after the group that we've seen, and once we get rid of them, we'll assault that location. Our inventory looks reasonable now. Let's get right on the job. There we go. We will move back towards the high ground. We'll make a cut here and get back to you when I'm in position. Right, here we are, and I think we're going to jump in with our tank and engage with them. We have a bit of a high ground and one tile of this bush above our flail. And we can also use our reach weapons. This pole mace is super effective against undead. We can wait here for them to move closer to us. Naturally, focusing on double or dual gripping enemies is the priority as always. There we go. That's just one hit. One solid hit and he's dead. Okay. Let's hold our morale holds up. Good. There's 2 of them gone now. Very nice. Mace is doing their job. Auxiliaries have battle forged, but the armors aren't that impressive, so it's quite easy to go through the health pool and remove them from the fight. In the game, I believe they have fearsome, so it's slightly more challenging. Ouch, that was very brutal. Our tank is bleeding. We need to maintain our shield wall. I suppose I made a mistake by not using it. Thankfully, we are making progress. Yeah, there we go. Shield wall. That's what 2 strikes to the head can do to your tank, essentially. I'm not quite sure whether we have the perk that negates critical hits to the head. I don't think we do, because that wouldn't have happened otherwise. Nearly there, just one enemy left. Okay, we have some level ups, and the loot is not very good, but at least we've dispatched that group. And Horik leveled +2, and we can give him health. He rolled +3 there, and he can now, I suppose, we're nimble. Let's just check him really quickly. He's an early brother for sure. We'll just have to make do with him for the time being, and maybe it'll be better if he was in the front somewhere, because we don't care about him as much, and put somebody who's been hurt in the back. So Gerard, you will be placed in the backline for now, and Horik will take your place in the front line. Right, who else needs some love from us? Aldwin, you've been hit to the head twice and nearly paid a dear price. Your helmet needs replacing, but your health is not too bad, so we can still take you to the next fight. Ulrich needs armor replacement. Thinking to taking this or trying this 3-handed flail on one of our brothers, and Helfrich +3/+3 rolls as expected. We clearly need to help you with that resolve of yours, and health is also very low, but that's already now looking better. Al-Anwar will do a lot better rocking with this Nomads link to battle with Ancient Auxiliaries. One more time, bows do piercing damage that does nothing against that type of enemy. Same as with javelins. Throwing rocks is another story. There we go. Let's assault the location. Let's hope for a good fight. Okay, and to stay true to how we have edited this episode, I will move us forward to the moment where we clash with the enemy. Right, let's throw some rocks. 43% chance to hit, and we have dazed the target. Nice. We have the option here to take a few steps back still. So once again, I am going to fast forward this. Okay, and here we are. And I think because we cannot move back any further to make a perfect line, there's still terrain around us that kind of protects us a little bit. So yeah, let's have the first strike on them and hope to gain some kills at least. Let's see how that goes for us. Switch back to the pole mace. It didn't work, unfortunately. And tank can move in, engage with these two. Okay, Gerard has been damaged in the last fight, so I think I need to position him a little bit more carefully away from that group approaching from the north flank. Let's try that. Okay, smash and miss, and our tank will probably have to close that gap there because otherwise the undead will surround our maze. Let's do it. And thankfully the initiative isn't that impressive, but the longer the fight goes, the quicker Ancient Auxiliaries come, and they often go before our mercenaries. So that's what we can see right now. There's more intermittent turn order between our company and the camp defenders. Okay, we've connected some of those shots. That's good. Oh wow, okay, yes, we have been surrounded, and that pretty much scared both of our brothers defending the northern flank. Let's go through the numbers quickly if we can, but it's not as easy. Those puny shields are protecting those auxiliaries pretty well. There we go. One less. Nearly there now. I believe I can release my dogs now so that they can help us with our aim. This particular dog doesn't have armor. Oh, and a feel-good moment with this flail connecting all three of its heads to Ancient Auxiliaries skull. We have 3 left to the north and 1 to the south. That should be formality for us at this moment in time. There's no one on our team dying or being severely damaged. So I'm going to fast forward this. Right, let's take a look at our loot. And behold, the Warden, which is our first legendary item. This shield doesn't have amazing durability, but plus 19 melee defense is surely an upgrade over a normal regular shield. Range defense obviously high, and using the shield costs us less fatigue, which, you know, it's not great first item by any mean, but, you know, we cannot be that picky. If we see a shiny thing, we pick it up, of course, and some management is necessary. We need to consider increasing our inventory size soon because of those 99 items running out pretty quickly on us now. We have to sell our loot first. We are still transitioning towards the north. Yep. Citadel is our destination for now. And looking at this Sipa shield, we can see that melee defense is 18, same as range defense. This legendary shield will cost us 2 less fatigue to equip and then 1 less fatigue to use. It has 1 more melee defense, 7 more range defense. Should be a nice upgrade. It's just that its durability is so low. We will have to be really careful not to lose it. Okay, Firi has leveled up, but melee defense has only rolled 1, so therefore we picked everything else that rolled decently. And yeah, some of the brothers are rolling nicely, some of them are kind of a not endgame material, but we have to persevere with who we have. Still have lots of potions that take up our inventory space. We will have to decide who takes which role later and distribute those potions accordingly. That's why I'm hesitant to distribute them right away. And let's transition now to that citadel. We'll probably arrive at the day 28. And let's see whether we get any good prices there. Right, decent prices for tools, so we'll get some more tools. And we can see the price is average, not horrible, not great. We can probably get better with our trade goods. So maybe one of the large cities will be where we need to get to. And we can see Sir Lothar is quite cheap adventurous noble, and that is a really decent background. We may want to sell just enough here to afford him, because going back just to pick him later on probably doesn't make that much sense for us from the economical point of view. Alternatively, we can pay to travel to Wiesenstadt. And the price is here. Yes, bingo guys, 19. Well, that means we are going on a selling spree and capitalize on all of those trade goods we've been carrying with us, as well as that loot. And let's hope to make a good money. Look at that. That is beautiful. We are rich now. We are officially rich. Alright, that's looking better. Nearly 10,000 crowns. And once we sell everything that we want to, yeah, that's pretty much it. 10,000 is great. Right, we only have some cheap backgrounds here, and that will have to be really exceptional in order for me to hire someone here. We will pretty much want to focus on those premium backgrounds where possible. We can just check all of them. He is fragile despite having 3 stars in it. Melee defense, he can start with up to 6, but I don't think it's going to be what we need. We now need to focus solely on those premium backgrounds. And there is a 2-star for the trucks quest here as well that we can think about. No useful tips in the tavern. Well, probably you want to go back and check Sir Lothar in the Citadel very soon. Now that we have enough money, let's take a look at our retinue. One of the first ones that we want is the lookout, because that increases our sight radius, so it's going to be easier for us to spot locations of interest. I do usually start with a scout and a lookout. We need to defeat more beasts to also complete our ambition, which again, we didn't see any beasts recently. There's some nice woods to the north, so I'm hoping that some spiders, some wolves may be in there. First of all, however, let's take this ship to Camborg and have a look at Sir Lothar. He has Iron Jaw, 1 star in melee attack, and they can roll between 57 and 67, so it depends how he rolls. Let's give him a check. So, actually, he isn't too bad. Health is kind of a low, fatigue is on the high side, his resolve is good, maximum initiative, 63 out of 67 melee attack, and 5 melee defense is on a low side. But he can still roll well. We'll just have to see how he performs. He'll be in the back safe from harm. Iron Jaw make potentially a good frontlider out of him. Just less chance to be injured. Yeah, so we have a full roster finally. Day 28, right? And we have 12 brothers in our company. We can add mail patch to one of those armors we have. We probably would do well to pick up some extra dogs now that we can afford them, but the prices of those dogs are not that good, to be frank. But yeah, there are some locations we've discovered earlier on with about 10% named item chance. Oh wow, 2 first companies, not 1 but 2. There's a necromancer, there's some geists and armored Wiedergangers here. So the main issue for us would be those geists, and I think without the bannerman we don't really want to risk it. But this location is more than manageable. We can definitely consider raiding it. We nearly have a night time. We may as well wait until it's dark, and when it's dark, as we all know, it's much more difficult to hit your moving targets in the distance. It also depends what the marksmen spawn with. If they spawn with heavy crossbows, I consider them more dangerous weapons than bows. This location only has 2 to 3 of them, so it shouldn't be too problematic, even if it's fortified on a hill, etc, etc. Okay, now we wait until the night time to make this approach even safer. Waste a bit of a time, but not too much. Here we go. Let's see what happens now. Okay, we're being peppered, and Sigbold has had quite enough after the round 1. Well, let's move in, as that's what we will be needing to do. We'll have to be aggressive. Raiders may also carry some thrown weapons. Well, let's hope that was the worst of it. The approach to their base isn't too bad. Sometimes you have no choice but to fight on a lower ground. This time it seems that we can be level with the raiders, and that will be a massive boost to our attack and defenses. I believe that makes 10% boost to defense and attack if you have a level advantage or disadvantage, and I think we can remove Sigbold from that fight. We don't need him. We have enough firepower so that we play it safe. Before we get nimble and battleforged, it's so easy to lose our men to the marksmen. Marksmen can be a real bane of any early stage of a campaign in Battle Brothers. Thinking whether to engage with a tank or whether to wait one more turn. And I bet our quote-unquote bannerman will be targeted by ranged attacks now, because he's surrounded by 3 of our men. There we go, he's actually being hit right in front of our flail. There is a Brigand Thug with no head protection, who may pay for his forgetfulness. Not quite a kill. Okay, glad that missed. Yes, the mace has hit. That's excellent news. Place this target. Maybe some raiders to the south. We just don't see quite up on that hill, so we need to be wary of that too. can kill that raider. Should make the job easier. Usually we would want to target the thugs first because of the morale cascade. If we kill some of them, they lose morale pretty quickly. Crossbow has missed. There's 2 more raiders, and actually there's 200 hammer there. Good. That is somewhat a problem. Hamdin has been damaged quite a bit here. Need to help him. Good. He's routed now. There we go. It's nearly victory. I can almost call it a victory. Just I am aware of the fact that they can rotate and the hammer can still be harmful to our men. Still not completely out of the woods yet. That was a miss, unfortunately. And another one. Okay. And I don't want to lose my legendary shield. I don't know how many hits it can survive. Can buy ourselves some more time and reposition. He can only move 1 tile and strike. If he has to move 2, then next turn we can just focus fire him, I suppose, and kill him, or at least neutralize him before he has a chance to attack. I need to make sure I have Sipa shield in the inventory in case of situations like this, where there is a danger of losing legendary shield. There we go. He dances forward. He's probably waiting now. That helps. Enemies remaining, including those 2 raiders. Back and 3 marksmen. The 3-headed flail is not really hitting the mark for me. I think I'll do well to replace that weapon with something else. Oh, interesting move by this brigand. Shouldn't be feeling like running just yet, but Al-Anwar has made a quick work of him. Excellent marksmanship, well done. 2 shots, 2 hits. And they're all missing. Okay, it looks like we have this in the bag, everyone. Marksmen can still be dangerous with their knives and injure our guys, but let's hope that's not going to happen. I'm going to fast forward this until the post-battle loot screen. Okay, great battle, and quite a good amount of loot, tools, and ammo. That should help us on our travels. Hellfish has leveled up, +3 is expected, and we can give him that +4 roll, and it's our power level with the gifted. Now +4 is great, and sadly only +1 roll to melee defense. So let's give him initiative and resolve, and now we can boost his melee defense a bit more without having any massive regrets. And Al-Anwar has also leveled up. That's good to see. That can give him nimble now. Increase his survivability. And finally, let's do some management before we head out further on. Sigbold has taken the most hit. He's got injury. We do have some spare armors we can replace in case of need. Well, I think we are good to go. We may consider returning to this undead camp when we have a bannerman, because those guys can be a real pain and rout our boys quickly. And we see no... Oh, okay. Actually, I take that back. There is another stronghold and some raider parties we can intercept. Oh wow, quite a few of them here. This group shouldn't be a massive threat to us. That's mainly just Brigand Thugs. And the only change I may want to consider is to move Sigbold to the back, give him a reach weapon, and put Horik to the front line. That should about do it. All of the other armors seem to be repaired, and we are in good shape to start another battle. Still encounter this bug where we cannot equip all of our armors. Sometimes you just have to reload the game in order for it to unlock. But that's okay, we can manage. There we go, that's the first group. Only one raider, so it shouldn't be a massive problem. The less damage we take in this battle, the better, as there are more fights on the horizon. We can utilize this high ground advantage just behind our company. So if we take 2 steps back, we can also use sling. I have forgotten to replace this with javelins. I would have preferred to have javelins, of course, but you know, hurling rocks is also fun, especially we can hit the head. Wasn't to be, but he's taken quite some damage there. All right. The Legends mod has done quite a nice workaround slings. They aren't useless, just like they feel quite useless in the original game. And we feel ready to take them head on, and I think it'll be shame not to attack with the two-handed mace, but we fade with some damage to our helmet. Let's hope to dish out some nice damage now. Good strikes, well done. And Al-Anwar, oh wow, that's routed quite a number of them. Well done, that's a great outcome. Right, flail. Yep, that's another enemy routed, and thankfully dagger has missed. Whoa. Adventurous Brigand Thug. Yep, that's routed more of them. And with our tank, we hope to withstand the attacks. Yeah, that flail is still underperforming. Maybe it's because we have quite low melee attack still, but I would have hoped for a better outcome. And there we go, everybody is running. We can just finish that battle quickly now. That's it. That other group is slightly more dangerous. More raiders, 1 marksman, and Gizelaire. Level up 3 and 2 and 4. That's decent. Let's give him... Should we give him dodge? Yeah, why not? And Sir Lothar, +2 and +2. That's okay start. Increasing his health pool is necessary. And yeah. doing okay. Can we give you a spare helmet? We can. Okay, that's fine. For the time being, let's chase this last group. Well, there was one more, but they were on the other side of this road. Right. It's only a little bow here, so nothing too crazy. 8 enemies and some thugs though, so they are running straight at us, so let's take them on. We'll place our rake in front of that raider so that our mace has extra bonus to hit, and that paid off. And I think retreating to this high ground will be advantageous. They will have to come to us now because it's one-on-one in terms of a ranged superiority. Having this high ground will be really good. Okay, the Seapower shield has eaten that javelin, no problem. It does quite some damage to the shield, but this particular shield can take it. Usually AI tries to break shields with it. And that's good because if we were to take it to the face, it can hurt quite a bit. Ooh, it is going to be slightly boring battle, guys. I'm sorry, it's just we're going to play a cat and mouse with them. Wait for them to come to us, and we're nearly there now. There is a solid rock between me and this fog. There's no way the pike can strike it. Auric, just stay put. Okay. It is tempting to step down and try to use the strike to the head, but we have some ranged breach weapons. We can use them too. Again, let's just stay put and do our best with a sling. Good shot. I still haven't still haven't put replacement shield to your inventory. Ooh, right to the nugget. I think now we can attack with 3 chances to hit with that particular flail. It was bound to happen. And now the mace and pike, and we have failed both shots. Not this one though, not this one. Oof. Now we have them. It's going to be a matter of finishing this off. Good job. Let's try to snipe that marksman. Crushed finger will help. You can always release dogs and chase him if he runs away. Ooh, axe to the head feels good. Marksman has died. There's only 1 bug remaining. Wonk. Okay. The loot is there. That's all I've got to say about it. Just pick up best pieces. We have used all of our inventory space again. It'd be good to sell it off once we get a chance. And now let's run towards that camp. Again, nearly nighttime, so 4 to 6 marksmen is no joke. It's probably better to wait until nighttime and replace the shields with the variants that have better range protection. And yeah, maybe taking that two-hander weapons away feels like a necessity. So we will have to approach them. They will have a considerable amount of shots at us. And even during the nighttime, it can hurt us like hell if RNG is not on our side. Okay, I think we've done everything that we could have. Yes, let's not forget to give you more javelins. And I think that's pretty much it for now. We can always take those shields off once we have moved closer to the enemy line. This is not a fight on top of a hill, it's just here in a plain, so it will make it easier for us. Okay, let's see what happens. I don't like one of the marksmen is on a high ground tile. We will have to move on them, otherwise we'll just be peppered with those shots. As long as we don't touch with them, they should not commit to attack us like that two-handed axe. We may have to place a tank in a striking zone of the pikemen, but if anyone can survive that, that's our tank. We will be in perfect position to attack them with full force in the next turn. Okay, they've actually made their first move, and that's fine. We have now 2 strikes with our 3-headed flail, and it's done its job perfectly. Well done. Move on to the piker and shield wall, and once we get through the front line, there's 6 vulnerable marksmen in the back. And where did that last raider come from? He was just hiding in the bush all along all that time and used his sneaky rotate skill. When we were adjacent to the pike, he had a penalty to strike us. He still rolled with 12%. Our tanks are not ideal. Maybe in the future we can find better ones. Mine tanks have plus 5% chance to hit, so really that was about 8%. Meanwhile, we are making small progress on all of the other flanks and quickly removing those raiders from the fight. Oh wow, now he's got high ground, so that was 22% chance. So one more time, the high ground advantage is 10% to attack, so from 12% to 22%. Now he's also scared, taking this 10% advantage away. FAMED to kill the spike. Ooh, that was some bad luck. RNG, this flail. Seems to happen more often than not. And 4 brave marksmen fighting shoulder to shoulder against overwhelming forces. The dogs will help us here. Come on, boys, let's take it home. There we go. Everyone is routed, minus that one axe-wielding marksman. That was a bad target choice on my side. Could have avoided that hit. And let's see. There are some trading goods, lots of ammunition, and some equipment we can definitely sell for profit. Sometimes it's worth to check food stacks. If there isn't much left in the stack, then it's not worth a lot to us. We are slowly getting to the point now where Brigand Raiders aren't that much of a threat to us, especially when we pick up Nimble and Battle Torch on everybody. Maybe the bigger camps with some leaders will start showing up soon, and we can try to dagger those leaders for the armor. Okay, time to move to that large city Mulstadt, and let's hope for some nice prices in the market to offsell all that loot. I'll do that in the next episode. Thank you for watching.